Hi everyone, it's Ro, and today I'm going to be discussing Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. Oh my god, I have waited for this book to come out all year. I don't think I had been this excited for a book to come out since City of Heavenly Fire from the Mortal Instruments, and oh my god, I have literally been stalking Sarah's Twitter and her Pinterest. Go follow her on Pinterest if you haven't yet, because oh my god, her boards are amazing. I literally check her boards every day. But anyway, so Queen of Shadows is the fourth book in the Throne of Glass series, and if you guys have been around for a little bit now, you probably have figured it out that my favourite series ever is probably Throne of Glass. Sarah's writing is amazing. She makes me cry, she makes me crack up with joyous laughter, and she also makes me squeal because of the romantic scenes. I am going to be getting to that later on in the spoilery part of this video, by the way. If you haven't read the Throne of Glass series yet, please leave, because I can't really talk about this book at all because it's the fourth one in the series, but all I've got to say is that you definitely need to pick this up. It's a great fantasy book, and the characters are so different and unique, and they all bring something different to the story, which I absolutely love. It is such a great book, and I really feel like the series has matured a lot since the first one. Characters have definitely grown so incredibly much. Relationships have changed so incredibly much. Oh, it's just mind-blowing. I just can't even with this series. So that's all I'm gonna say about the series. If you haven't read it, please leave, because I definitely do not want to spoil this for you. It is amazing, and I feel like everyone should experience it by themselves. There's nothing much I can really say about this without spoiling it to you, but let me tell you, it is steamy, it is action-packed, and it is full of mindfuckery. So yeah, you should definitely read it. If you haven't read it, please leave and then come back later when you get to the fourth book, which I'm sure you will, because let's be honest, everyone flies through the series. You can come back and you can watch this video. But yeah, if you haven't yet, see you later. I'm going to be talking about Queen of Shadows. So guys, oh my god, the time has finally come and Queen of Shadows has been released. It has been a long, agonizing wait, and this book did not let me down in the slightest. I'm just going to apologize now for the fangirling that will take place in this video, because let's be honest, Sarah J Maas is my queen, personally, and I gush about her work all the time to my friends, and I feel like they get a bit sick of me because I always talk about bloody Sarah J Maas because she is my favourite person ever. So my fellow friends who have read this fantastic piece of work, please stay and we can fangirl together about Sarah J Maas and Whelan and Roisin and Dorian and Kale. So first of all, when we dive into this book, we get an opening of Dorian, and wow, his chapters in this book were so agonizing. They literally were cutting away tiny pieces of my heart. We don't really see much of Dorian, but we get lots of his inner thoughts in his really short chapters, and wow, Sarah doing that really was killing me, because Dorian is so lovely, and my heart broke for him at the end of Heir of Fire when his father turned him into a Valg prince with the crazy collar around his neck, and I was nearly sobbing in the first chapter. Sarah nearly had me sobbing because Dorian, yeah. Everyone was wondering with the lead up to this book if Dorian would be saved, if he wouldn't be, will he die? I've seen lots of theories saying he would die, saying he had to die in order for the story to move on, but thank the Lord that didn't happen. How he couldn't be himself because this Valg Prince had taken over him, and the demon inside him was starting to consume him. And when he wanted to talk to people who he didn't recognize, he said, "Will you kill me? Will you bloody kill me? Get me out of this terrible mess." And that killed me. That really killed me. I was dying inside, not Dorian. But yeah, I'll talk about Dorian a bit more towards the end of the video, because I think you know why. But yeah, I'm just letting you know that first off, Dorian, oh my god, my baby, he was going through it. Second chapter, we open up with Whelan Galathinius, my homegirl. She is my woman. She is who I aspire to be, because she is so sassy, she is hilarious, and she is sexy, and she works it. So yeah, we get her point of view Aelin has just come off the boat from Whelan, where she was in Air of Fire, and she has arrived back in Rifthold. Rifthold, I don't really know how to say it, to be honest. I say Rifthold, but I think that's wrong. Whatever. I'm just gonna call it that. And with that second chapter, you could just tell that this book was gonna be badass and it was gonna be dark and very shadow-like. We follow Aelin, previously Selena, and she has just swaggered into a bar. And it's not just any bar, it's the Vaults. And if you guys have read the novellas, you will know that the Vaults is a place of real suffering for Aelin, because our beloved Sam used to go there with her, and Sam is dead. Just a minute of silence for Sam, everybody. Rest in peace, rest in peace. So Aelin and Sam used to go there when they were still alive, and it was just quite a little arrow to the heart, really, when she was in there, because Sam was always with her when they were in the Vaults, and yeah, that just killed me. And I died and went to heaven for a lot of different reasons in this book. Probably be saying that a lot throughout this video, but I'm sure you guys felt the same way, so yeah. And Aelin is in the Vaults because she has heard that Arobynn wants to see her, and Arobynn, oh my god, I hate that man. I hate Arobynn. If you guys have read the novellas, which was actually a big thing in this book, is that reading the novellas beforehand would have really helped in this book a lot, because I don't know, it would just bring lots more feelings to it and add more emotions. So we see Arobynn for the first time in the actual Throne of Glass series. Apart from the novellas, we haven't seen him in the actual series yet. So he makes an appearance and my hate just rised all the way back up to the top. When she describes his face, his features, I just want to cut his features up. I want to kill him, I want to stab him, because, well, we all know why. He wanted Sam killed, and I will never forgive him for that. Yeah, I hate him, really, that's all I'm trying to say. So she's talking to Arobynn, which is something I did not expect would happen right at the start of the book. I thought she'd, like, I don't know, prance around him and like mingle her way in, but no, she just goes straight in there. And beforehand, Aelin mentioned seeing Chaol, who was there with a woman who was like his bodyguard, and we were like, oh my god, who is this chick? I had a few notions about who she was because of Sarah J Maas's Pinterest board, and I was correct, it was Nesryn. And girl, I love that woman, she is amazing, I really liked her character. So Arobynn just happens to spring this important information on Aelin, telling her that Aedion, her cousin, is imprisoned in the castle and he is to be executed. They thought the other would be horrified by what they had become after the invasion of Terrasen, and that was heartbreaking, because you can see from both of the point of views that they did not feel that way about each other at all. They were just so ready to be reunited, and when they were, it was beautiful. So in the exposition of this, Aelin is going round and she's dyed her hair red, which I think is a great look, and all I could think about was Taylor Swift from the Bad Blood video with her red hair and everything, the red short hair. Yeah, did anyone else think that? So Taylor Swift is prancing around Rifthold, trying to find little loose ends to scurry her way into the castle and try and save Aedion. She runs into Chaol. Oh boy, what a reunion that was. Not at all. I was not expecting their meeting to go down the way it did. They were sort of tentative of each other, and then wow, they were just taking huge bites out at each other, really getting in and niggling with each other at the start, because yeah, they had a lot of bad blood between them. But my heart goes out to all of you Chaol shippers, which I am not, I am just saying. Rowan all the way, and oh my god, Rowan. Okay, we'll talk about him later as well. My heart goes out to you guys because no one likes their ship being sunk, but come on guys, it's time to move on. Rowan is the option, everyone. So Aelin, Chaol and Nesryn go to the glass castle and figure out a whole plan on how to rescue Aedion from his execution, and just the way Aelin went about this was so boss. She was literally amazing. She made her way up to the block where Aedion was to be executed, and they saw each other for the first time in this series. It's the first time we ever got to see them together, and my oh my. They really couldn't do anything because they were running for their lives, which is fair enough. At the end of the rescue, when they were in the apartment and he woke up and Aelin was there, and oh my god, my heart, I was crying during that part where they were talking about how much they missed each other and asking for forgiveness from one another. That was all I wanted in life, because yeah, I was really anticipating their reunion for the whole lead up to Queen of Shadows, and it definitely didn't disappoint me. I was crying happy tears and it was amazing. Then, oh my god, I'm already starting to giggle. Guess who shows up? Let me think. It's our boy Roisin. He has come to Rifthold. He's got on a boat. He sailed across the sea just to see Aelin, but also for another cause, because Lorcan is here. That dude, yeah, from his little squad back in Whelan. Yeah, he was the crazy commander who didn't pay any attention to Aelin while they briefly met during the ending of Air of Fire. And I was not expecting him to come up in this book. No, not at all. He really stuffed up the plans, which was annoying. But anyway, let's get back to Rowan and Aelin. So Aelin is walking down the alley with Aedion and Nesrin. Just had a laid back night out, and yeah, you smell the pine and snow mingling with the wind. So guess who it is? It's Rowan. I was so happy to see Rowan. I really didn't expect him to come either this early in the book. I didn't think he'd come in Queen of Shadows at all, which is something I was really sad about at the end of Air of Fire. So Rowan and Aelin's relationship really changed in this book, because in the first book it was quite platonic love. Their relationship was built on the scars of their old past. It really turned steamy in this book, which I was so excited about. And yeah, we found out that Rowan has been having little dirty thoughts all this time Aelin has been away, perhaps a little bit before when she was in Mistwood, which shocked me because I thought Rowan was just, you know, totally oblivious to any of that. But no, he wasn't. He was thinking about Aelin, and I was so happy about it. When they finally got together, I was like, yes, I have been waiting my whole life for this moment to happen, and it did. And their relationship now is so amazing. I love them together, and I really hope Rowan does not die and somehow their relationship falls apart or something like that, because they deserve to be together. They are a beautiful couple, and I just need Rowan in my life. I was cracking up at all of the times when Aelin would really piss him off and wear those really sexy little nightgowns to bed and everything, and when she wore that dress and she did the little telepathic shit with her mind, saying that she wasn't wearing any undergarments with her dress, and his knee banged the table during the dinner with Arabin, which, whoa, okay, that was dangerous as well. That was when shit went down. Aelin's plans in this book even fooled me. She needed to outwit Arabin. It's always been said to always have the upper hand, and she really did give him one last kick in the gut. And when he died, when Lysandra killed him, holy crap, I actually had a breath of relief, because he needed to be gone and he was going to cause trouble, but thank the Lord that Aelin had outsmarted him, and she did that very well by capturing that lesser demon and telling him the wrong information. So Arabin would collect that information, and when he tried to inflict it upon Aelin so he could control what she was going to be doing, she just totally, yeah, outsmarted him. And yeah, she was great. And she even fooled me when Arabin was talking about all of the things that she had done, which hadn't been mentioned until this point, and it all clicked together just like it would have all clicked for Arabin. How did she create this amazing plan that works so effectively? But then that is when Lysandra comes into play. I was so surprised when they became really good friends, but now I absolutely love Lysandra. I love the fact that she is actually a shapeshifter, and she has been stuck in this body that she used to earn money when she was an orphan on the streets. And I just loved her whole story, and their whole relationship was something I really needed from this book. The whole girl power thing was so effective in this book because, let's be honest, there wasn't really much of, you know, girl power in the first 3 books, so we just got so many new women who made such a difference to the entire series that they all banded together to kick ass, and I loved it. So Aelin and Lysandra are my new favourite friendship ever. I feel like they'll go a long way because they are very similar in lots of aspects, and my heart was just bursting when Aelin gave Lysandra that piece of land back in Terrasen, and now Lysandra is a part of Aelin's court, and I love how she calls Aelin her queen, which, oh, I don't know, I just love their whole relationship, and I'm so glad that she has got a new best friend since Nehemia died. Tia, rest in peace. So we also got to see a lot of Manon's point of view in this book as well. To be honest, I did not love Manon as much as everyone else did during Heir of Fire. I don't know, I just didn't really relate to her as much, which is, you know, considerable because her personality is, whoa, like way out of whack. But her layers have really been peeled away in this book, and I liked her a lot more in Queen of Shadows. We got to meet Elide, who is a girl who was Lady Marion's daughter, who is the lady who saved Aelin from being murdered. Elide had basically been in a prison since her uncle took over the Lord of Perinth position, and she had found herself in Morith, which is the place where all the Iron Teeth witches were staying and these crazy creatures were being produced. Kaltain was also there as well, who is the woman who appeared in the first 2 books of Throne of Glass, and she was very bitchy. She tried to get Aelin killed during the Champions competition, and when she was shipped off I was relieved, but she was definitely very broken in this book, and she was just not there at all, and it was heartbreaking, all of the things that were being done to her. So I was actually happy when she sacrificed herself and she died in that whole build up at the end, because I don't think she could have lived with the fact of having this shadow fire inside her that caused so much grief. And so yeah, I was alright when she died, and that she saved Elide and Manon from getting out of Morith and flying away on their many wyverns. The whole story of Asterin gave birth to a witchling hundreds of years ago, and that Manon's grandmother threatened to, you know, kill her because when the baby was born, it was stillborn. Asterin poured out that whole story. I was crying, I was really sobbing, and now she has that brand tattooed basically on her stomach, and it's there forever. And I actually really appreciated Asterin's loyalty to Manon, and yeah, I really liked their friendship as well. I was not expecting Manon to meet Aelin in this book. My muscles were so tense when the exchange went down between Manon and Aelin, because they are such strong female characters and they were just going head to head. And during that whole temple fighting scene, which was awesome by the way, I was holding my breath the entire time because it was so action-packed and suspenseful, and they were a great match for each other because they were both very strong fighters and they just couldn't really kill each other, and Manon would have died were it not that Aelin ran back to go help her physically pull Manon out of the temple ruins. And I feel like that moment built up, I don't know, the foundation of a new relationship that I would be so happy if their whole relationship were to evolve in the next few books, because they are amazing and I think they are epic together. And so Manon had a debt to pay, and she told Elide that Aelin Galathinius was still alive, and the hope that erupted out of Elide was so great, and I'm really looking forward to when she will actually meet Aelin and yeah, what will happen really in the next book, which I'm so excited for. So the ending, when they went to go break down the tower so magic could be brought back into the world again. They concocted this massive plan, and Aelin had to somehow get into the castle, and she did that by becoming Selena Sardothian again, with Chaol at her side as her prisoner. And she was right in front of the king, who literally found out that she was Aelin right away. And Dorian was there, and he obviously wasn't Dorian. It was a demon Valg prince who, oh my god, gave me chills. And that whole chasing scene between Dorian and Aelin was so intense when they ran out of the throne room, and Chaol probably would have died were it not for the fact that Aelin gave him the Eye of Elena. I think it was the Eye of Elena, and shielded him from being hurt by the king's power, who thought he was dead. That whole scene that went down, I was sweating, because Dorian and Aelin, they had such a great friendship. They had a really cute romantic relationship during the first book of Throne of Glass, and it just hurt me so much that, you know, they were going head to head with their powers that had been broken down when Rowan and Aedion finally got the tower down with the help of Lysandra. She was just saying, Dorian, it's me, it's Aelin, I'm here to help you and everything. And they finally got past the barrier of Dorian's personality, and he was just like silently crying, and then the king came in. When they joined hands at the end, and that massive, you know, wave of power of Dorian's ice and Aelin's fire coming together, and they killed the king. Well, they killed him, but we found out that he was actually inhabited with a demon spirit, and his layers were peeled away as well, and it was the actual king there, and he was begging Dorian to forgive him for all of the horrible things that he'd done with Perrington when they were younger. Perrington turns out to be the bad guy here. Of course he does. He's got to be the bad guy. I think I can speak for everyone when we can say that we weren't expecting the king to be inhabited by an evil spirit, but it turns out he was, and Dorian had no mercy when it came to that aspect, because the king had done so many horrible things to him, and in the end Dorian was the one who put like the ice spear in his heart. So the king died, and magic is back in the land, and it all seems alright at the end. But Maeve is hanging around because Lorcan has tried to get the word key. When he finds out that Aelin didn't give him the right word key, he is going to be very, very angry, and Maeve is probably going to be the new villain in this series alongside Perrington. I just hope none of the squad dies. I am so glad that this group has grown. I'm so glad that they all bound together in the end and no one major died. Tell me what you thought of this fourth book down below. Did it rise up to your expectations? And what ship were you on? And have you changed ships now, depending on the circumstances of this book? Probably won't be doing a book talk on a Sarah J Maas novel until next year when A Court of Thorns and Roses #2 comes out, which is a novel I'm going to get straight away because I need Reese in my life. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye! Opal is the third book in the Lux series, which is a series I very much adore.